So now it's time to talk about Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. And I actually happen to really like this film because I just loved the whole beginning of the movie where you see Jason come back to life. Like, that's just one thing that comes to mind straight away when I think about this film on the top of my head. But besides that, within this video itself, I want to talk about various topics that I had in mind that I wanted to discuss with you guys surrounding this film, because this was the one video in particular that I was really excited to get into when it comes to this film. So I really do hope you guys enjoy this video. And as always, if you guys have any thoughts of your own when it comes to Part 6, be sure to let me know down below. And without further ado, let's dive straight into this conversation. Alright, so let's start off with the story of Jason Lives. So this picks up after Part 5, A New Beginning, where things got kinda weird with a fake Jason. Here, we're back with Tommy Jarvis, who's still messed up from his run-ins with our favorite hockey masked killer. Tommy's got this plan to dig up Jason's grave and burn his body to make sure he's gone for good. But, plot twist, a lightning bolt zaps Jason's corpse and boom, he's back, stronger than ever. And from there, Jason heads to a camp now called Forest Green and starts doing what he does best. The movie jumps right into it. Tommy's out here playing grave robber, and once Jason's up, it's game on. The camp's got new counselors plus actual kids this time, which makes you nervous because, you know, it's Jason. Tommy's trying to warn everybody, but nobody's listening, so he's stuck racing against time. It's a simple setup, but it works because it's all about that classic Friday the 13th survival vibe. There's also Sheriff Garris and his daughter Megan, who ends up helping Tommy out. They're not just side characters, they keep the story grounded, especially when things get wild. The plot stays tight, no random detours like some other entries. It's just Tommy, Jason, and a body count piling up at the camp. That focus hooks you from start to finish. By the end, it's a showdown you won't forget. I won't spoil it, but the way it wraps up feels like a proper chapter in the saga. The story's straightforward, but packs enough punch to set up everything else I love about this movie. So now I want to talk about the whole vibe around this film, because that's where Jason Lives really shines. So the tone and style of Jason Lives are something else, because this movie got a totally different feel from the earlier ones, and I'm here for it. It's still horror, don't get me wrong, but it's got this playful edge, like it knows it's a Friday the 13th flick and wants to have fun with it. Director Tom McLowan brought this mix of spooky and cheeky that makes it stand out. It's like he said, let's scare him, but let's also enjoy the ride. Right from the opening, you get this stormy graveyard scene that feels straight out of an old monster movie. Think Frankenstein vibes with lightning and fog. But then, you got stuff like those paintball guys in the woods getting taken out. And it's almost funny how they don't see it coming. And the dialogue's got these quick, witty lines, not overdone, but just enough to make you smirk between screams. It's a balance that keeps things fresh. The way it looks is awesome too. The camp feels alive with these big open shots of the lake and cabins. And the night scenes are creepy without being pitch black. Harry Manfredini's score is back, mixing those classic stings with some new beats that match the movie's energy. And the camera work? There's this one shot where you're right behind Jason, stalking through the woods, and it's so intense. But what I dig most is how it never forgets to be scary. The fun stuff doesn't take away from Jason being a total nightmare. That mix of chills and charm makes Jason Lives feel like a love letter to horror fans. So now I want to talk a little more about Jason himself, because this is where we start seeing the evolution of his character. So like I said, let's get into Jason Voorhees and how he changes in Jason Lives. Because up until this point, he was just a scary dude. Sure, but still kinda human. Just a tough guy who just didn't want to stay down. Here, oh man, that lightning strike turns him into something else entirely. This is zombie Jason, and it's a whole new ballgame. He's not just back, he's basically unstoppable now. CJ Graham plays him, and the way he moves is so eerie. Jason's got this slow, heavy walk, like nothing's gonna stop him. He takes hits, gunshots, you name it, and he just keeps coming. It's wild to think that this is the first time we see him as this supernatural tank, and that shift makes every scene with him feel like a big deal, like you're watching a myth come to life. His look levels up too. The hockey mask is beat up, with red marks and scratches, and his clothes are all rotted and torn. He's got these thick gloves now, and everything about him screams horror icon. There's even moments where he stops like he's sizing up his next move, and it makes you wonder what's ticking in that head of his. It is creepy as all hell. And this version of Jason sets the stage for everything that comes later in the series. He's not just a slasher anymore, he's this larger-than-life monster like a modern-day boogeyman. Jason Lives makes him unforgettable, and I love how it leans into that legend vibe. Now I want to talk about Tommy Jarvis because his story is just as gripping. So Tommy Jarvis is straight up one of the best parts of Jason Lives for me, played by Tom Matthews. He's not the kid we saw in part 4 or 5, he's grown up, probably in his late teens or early 20s. And you can tell he's carrying some heavy baggage. After everything he's been through, he's obsessed with making sure Jason stays dead. Digging up that grave, it's a bold move, and it shows how much this fight's taken over his life. I really feel for Tommy here because he's got this mix of guts and fear. You see it in his eyes when things go wrong. He's trying to warn the town about Jason, but everybody, especially Sheriff Garris, thinks he's nuts. It's rough watching him fight to be believed, and Tom Matthews nails that desperation. You're just rooting for him to get someone on his side. Then there's Megan, the sheriff's daughter, who becomes his teammate. Their vibe is so natural. She's tough, he's stubborn, and they click in a way that feels real. It's not some forced romance, it's more like she gives him a reason to keep pushing forward. Those moments of her show Tommy's not just a victim, he's got heart and hope, even after everything. And his whole journey builds up to this epic face-off of Jason. Like I said earlier, I won't give it away, but the way Tommy steps up shows how far he's come. He's not just fighting for himself, he's protecting people, maybe even trying to save his own soul. It's powerful stuff, and it makes him a hero worth cheering for. Next, I want to talk about the effects and kills because they are unreal in this film. So like I said, let's talk about the practical effects and kills in Jason Lives because this is where the movie goes hard. The effects team absolutely crushed it, making every death scene pop with detail. Back in '86, it was all about prosthetics, fake blood, and clever tricks, and this film shows why that stuff still rules. Each kill feels like its own little horror show, and I'm obsessed with how they pulled it off. Jason's got some serious firepower here, and the kills reflect that. There's one where he folds a guy in half, yeah, you heard me, and the way they make it look real is insane. And that RV scene, the way they use makeup and props to show the aftermath is next level. Every stab or smash feels crunchy and raw thanks to all of that hands-on work. And the camp itself is like a playground for the effects crew. You got cabins, the lake, the woods, each spot gets its own kind of carnage. They're smart about it too, spacing out the kills so you're always on edge, waiting for the next one. And Jason's new strength means they can go wild, like snapping stuff that shouldn't snap. It's gross but so well done, you gotta respect it. These effects aren't just for show, they make Jason feel like a walking nightmare. The blood, the gore, the way the bodies hit the ground, it's all crafted to stick with you. Jason Lives proves Practical effects are king, and horror fans like me eat it up every single time. Now, before we close it off, the last thing I want to talk about is my personal take on this film. So here's where I get real about Jason Lives. This movie's been with me forever, and I first saw it as a kid flipping through VHS tapes, and it just grabbed me. Something about it felt like the perfect mix of scary and fun, like it was made for nights when you're up late, craving a good horror fix. It's still my go-to when I want to kick back with some Crystal Lake chaos. I think what hooks me is how it nails everything I want in a Friday the 13th movie. It's got that badass villain, a hero you care about, and that summer camp vibe that's pure nostalgia. That 80s energy is just so strong. The hair, the music, those goofy one-liners, it's like stepping into a time machine. But it still feels timeless, like I could show it to someone now and they get why it's a classic. It's not flawless, I'll admit that. A couple of the jokes might miss for some people, and I wish we got a bit more of the camp kid story. But honestly, those are tiny complaints. The rest is so solid that I forgive it every time. This movie's got heart, guts, and Jason at its best. What's not to love? And for me, Jason Lives is peak Friday the 13th. It's one of those I toss on to introduce someone to the series or just to chill with on a spooky night. I could watch it 100 times and still grin when Jason shows up. That's why it's special. It's not just a movie, it's a total vibe. So there you have it, guys. Those are my thoughts on Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. And man, I had fun breaking this one down for you guys. From the crazy story to those wild kills to why it stuck with me all these years. So now I'm going to leave the ball in your corner. How do you feel about Jason Lives? Do you like this film? Do you dislike this film? Do you guys have any memories of your own that you want to share with me when it comes to this movie? Be sure to let me know down below. And if you guys enjoy the content on this channel, as always, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to check out my X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All the links to those are located in the description below. Be sure to click on that bell for notifications so you guys are notified whenever I'm dropping a video on the channel. But other than that, I hope all the guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.